He had written down on a piece of paper a list of things he wanted, and now began pacing the floor, and he soon instructions to the ever patient, still standing by the door. First writing paper, did you hear? 8 quires of this quality. Guilt. Take the sample. Make sure you get the right kind. Some sealing wax is on Mikhail Ivanovich's lips. He took a few more paces and he consulted his momentum. Then he gone to the governor and gave him a letter about the deed and the person. Then the bolts were needed for the doors of the new building, and they had to be special kind designed of the old prince himself. Then a strongly bound box of to be ordered to keep his wool in. To be ordered to keep his wool be it. By now, the ensuing of instructions had taken more than 2 hours, but still the prince wouldn't let him go. He sat down deep in thought, and then his eyes went out. The prince went back to and glanced inside, refilled through his papers, closed the top, sat down at the table to write to the governor. It was late by the time, so he got his feet with the letter written and sobbed. He felt tired, but he knew he would never get to sleep. It was in bed that nasty thoughts came to him. He called Tick-on, and went through the rooms with him to let him know where you made his bed for tonight. He prowled around, assessing the movements of every corner. Now here suited him. The worst place of all was his usual couch in the study. That couch filled with dread, probably because of the best spot was a little corner in the sitting room behind the piano, a place that hadn't slept him yet. With the help of a footman, brought all the things and began to make up the bed. No, not like that, cried the old princess with his own hands. Well, at last I've done everything that could be done. Now I shall get some rest. I thought the prince, he let undress him. Coat for all, trousers, and the prince undressed, flopped down on his bed, and coat and trousers. The prince undressed, flopped down on his bed, coat was soon to all his internet and purposes. Lost in thought, he stared down with disgust at the growling with annoyance at the effort involved in him off his coat and trousers. The prince undressed, flopped down on his bed, and was soon, to all intents and was purpose, lost in thought. He started thinking at all. He was just gathering himself at the enormous effort of I'll be glad when his struggle is over. If you only knew you'd let me go, kept thinking, tightening his lips. He made that effort for the steadily closing and door open. Leave me alone, damn you, he growled, tagging against some unknown presence. Yes, there was something important, something very important I saved up to think about in bed. Was it the bolts? No, I got it off my chest. No, there's something else. Something in the drawing room. Princess Maria said something stupid. What's going on about it? Bothering idiot. Sometimes in my pocket. Oh, I can't remember. But what did we talk about over dinner? Prince Andrei Mikhail Ivanovich, shut your mouth. The prince slapped his hand down on the table. Shut your mouth. The prince slapped his hand down on the table. Yes, I've got it. Prince Andrei's letter. Princess Maria read it out. Yes, I got it. Prince Andrei's letter slapped his hand down on the table. Yes, I got it. Prince Andrei's letter. Princess Maria read it out. What's going out about on it? I'll read it now. He told to get the letter out of his pocket and push the little table with the lemonade and spiral wax candle on a bit nearer the bed. Then he put his spectacles on and started reading. Only now, in the light night, as he went through the letter under the pale glow emanating from the green shade and get the more glimpse of the meaning. Finally, go pee. So now I can be in peace. Bald Hills, the estate of Prince Nikolai Bolkonsky, was situated 40 miles east and a couple miles off the Moscow road. On the evening of the day when the old prince had taken so long to give his instructions, asked if he could have a word with Princess Maria and told her that since the prince was not quiet, even through Prince Andrei's letter, had made it clear that staying on Bald Hills would not be without risk. He respectfully advised her to write on her own account and sent a letter on via Alplaylik on the letter to the provincial governor in asking for a statement about how things stood and a degree of risk that were running at Bald Hills. Had written the letter to governor and Princess Maria had signed governor and would come back as soon as possible if there was any danger. When he had received all his commissions, put it on his white hat, a present from the prince. He took his stick just like the prince, walked out to be seen off by the servants, and got into the leathery gig, harnessed 3 slick roans. The big bell was tied up by the little ones with the muffled with paper. The prince didn't allow them to drive with bell at Bald Hills. Threw out on the road, loved to hear them all jingling. was like the king of corners. To see him were off the land office clerk and a scullery maid and cook, two old women, a boy servant dressed like a Cossack, several coachmen, and one or two other servants. Okay. Thanks, Dad.